The Bronx Bombers do it again. After 9 long years without a championship, the Yankees bring the trophy back to where it's been most familiar since the beginning of baseball. Bronx was the site of Game 6 as the Yankees put their faith in veteran pitcher Andy Pettitte to lock up the fourth and final game, who received a lot of help from the Yankees bullpen. Yankee designated hitter Hideki Matsui tied a World Series record, driving in 6 RBIs. A triple side of the cycle, Matsui won Game 6 by going 3 for 4 with a double, single, and a home run. The Yankees' offense had much help from pitcher Andy Pettitte, who went 5.2 strong innings, allowing 4 hits, 3 earned runs. Bullpen work from Jobber Chamberlain and closer Mariano Rivera, who proved to have ice in his veins, getting the last 5 outs of the game. The Phillies were in all too familiar territory as they tried to repeat last year's epic performance. Pedro Martinez allowed 4 earned runs in 4 innings against the Yankees' potent offense. Phillies second baseman Chase Utley had no shortage of a heroic performance, racking up 8 RBIs on 5 home runs. Utley's performance proved to be one of the best in World Series history. Manager Joe Girardi and squad are happy to bring a championship back to New York as their all-star proved to be relentlessly consistent throughout their whole playoff run. Next season, the Phillies look to improve their World Series loss as the Bombers look to repeat. Happy Valley was not so happy this weekend. The 16th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes stunned Penn State Saturday, 24-7 in front of a record crowd of 110,000 screaming fans. The win solidified a chance at the Big Ten Conference title for the Buckeyes. Coming off a 45-0 win over New Mexico State last weekend, Ohio State was looking to move past the Nittany Lions in the polls, and they did just that. Going into the game, the Buckeyes' sophomore dual-threat quarterback Terrell Pryor knew he had to repeat last week's heroic performance and be effective with both the passing and rushing game. The Buckeyes' defense stood strong, only allowing 125 passing yards on 201 yards of total offense. The sophomore sensation elevated his game, running for a touchdown in the first quarter, putting the Buckeyes on the board first. Going to the second half, the game was in hand for the Nittany Lions, until Terrell Pryor threw a 65-yard touchdown to DeVire Posey, putting the game in the bag for the Buckeyes. The Penn State team did not have their usual swagger, and quarterback Darrell Clark threw for only 125 yards with a crucial interception that proved to be the pivotal point of the game. The big win puts Ohio State in a deadlock for first in the Big Ten Conference with rival Iowa, who they will see next Saturday for what looks to be the biggest game of the season for both squads. Heisman contender Pryor looks to repeat another significant performance as the Buckeyes look to stroll into bowl season. The Indianapolis Colts stay perfect as the Texans give them a run for their money. Texans' missed field goal proved to be the difference as Indy fights off Houston 20-17. The Colts have been straight rolling since the middle of the season, racking up 17 consecutive wins. The Texans proved to put up a fight, but not enough to contend with all-star quarterback Peyton Manning and his potent offense. The crucial points in the game came when Texans quarterback Matt Schaub threw an interception with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left, which was followed by place kicker Chris Brown missing a 42-yard field goal as time expired. Manning continued his consistent ways, passing 34 times for 318 yards and a touchdown. Manning's favorite tight end, Dallas Clark, caught 14 catches for 117 yards. The rushing attack was strong as usual, led by Joseph Adai with 14 carries for 63 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. The 8-0 Colts were battling with the Texans from below the first whistle to the last as Houston quarterback Matt Schaub put the whole team on his shoulders, while Andre Johnson caught 10 passes for 103 yards. The rushing attack for the Texans seemed to be the weak point, only putting up 59 yards on 19 attempts. Chris Brown's missed field goal put the Texans at 5-4 and 3.5 games behind Indy in the conference. The Colts stayed very consistent on both sides of the ball this week as coach Jim Caldwell became the first rookie in 80 years to win the first 8 games of the season. Caldwell and squad look to improve on their accomplishments next week against conference rival New England Patriots. Captain center back John Terry scores the winning goal in the 76th minute to put Chelsea 5 points above Manchester United in league play. Stamford Bridge was home to wild Chelsea soccer hooligans Sunday as rival Manchester United looked to leave with a win and be that much closer to a league title. The two teams have been battling all year, and up until the 76th minute, the game looked like it was going to end in a draw. Terry received the ball from Chelsea midfielder Frank Lampard on a free kick and buried the ball deep in the net. One of the most important games of the year in the English Premier League proved to be one of the most controversial as right back Ashley Cole was injected with painkillers prior to the game after suffering an injury to his tibia a few weeks back. Cole re-injured his tibia in Sunday's game and is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. Not only will Chelsea miss him, but England will be without him for their upcoming semi-final World Cup qualifier. Cole is one of the premier right backs in the league, and when the news of his injections were released, fans and Manchester squad was very upset. They felt like they had played against an unfair advantage. Manchester striker Wayne Rooney had 2 opportunities to put the ball in the goal. Both failed as Chelsea goaltender Peter Cech played a miraculous game in net. The two teams will meet again in a few weeks. As the season winds down, we will see if Cole's injury plays a role in Chelsea's hunt for a cup. That's Steven Gerrard reporting for ESPN.